All right. The full moon is in Libra, and I believe it's 20 degrees Libra. So with that being said, this is dealing with relationships, partnerships, one-to-one interactions, and just your relationship in general with like the external world, especially people and in social circumstances. But it can also be like your relationship with things. But when I say things, I mean like how you interact with another person, place, or a thing. So I'm gonna pull like tarot cards basically for first the water signs, then I'm gonna pull tarot cards for the fire signs. No, I'm gonna do water. Then I'm gonna go backwards. I'm gonna do water, then I'm gonna do air, earth, and then fire. That's how I'm gonna do it. Alright, so I'm gonna start with Pisces. Should I start with Pisces? Nah, because that would be too egotistical. I'm going to start with Cancer. Cancer, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. This is for y'all. So, 2 cards popped out. 2 of Swords, and what is this? Ace of Swords. And then this card popped out already as well. I'm going to read from the book what this card's meaning is, because I don't know this by heart, because I just got these cards. But in general, when we're dealing with the number 14, you already know automatically that it's going to be related to some sort of structure, and probably logical structure, because it's dealing with 7. All right, the Empress card. Eight of Wands. So I'm gonna read this card number 77 first. It just looked like it's basically dealing with a lot of Cancers. So this could be applied to your sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign. A lot of Cancers are probably dealing with some sort of new structure that could be coming in. And these new structures could have directly to do with like your intelligence, your intellect. So there could be a circumstance where there could just be changes in that area. But I'm going to read the card. It says, upset. So yeah, if you have drawn this sigil, you do not have real clarity about why you are upset. You may even be denying that you are upset when you are most definitely. Improvement in this situation will happen once you can admit to the fact that you are upset and clearly understand why. So it says that some Cancers could just be upset because something is alerting you that you have moved on, like something has moved its course or something like that. So there's something that could have ended, and there could just be like a slow progression on forward. And it also says that when you feel upset, it's critical to know that you cannot control this emotional upset once it has occurred. Now there's like 3 little ingredients that they give. It says A, an intention or desire that is opposed or prevented. So I guess these are reasons why you could be upset. B, an expectation that has not been fulfilled. Or C, an unsuccessful communication. So this could be the reason for why there could be some sort of energy of somebody being upset, or just like energy around you that seems to be uneasy, like somebody got something to say. I'm just going to pull one clarifying card, but it looks like with the two two clarifying cards. So with the Two of Swords here, it looks like there's a decision that needs to be made. Like a lot of Cancers are failing to make a decision. This could also mean that they could be looking at the situation in a negative way. Instead of actually just like viewing it as being like a positive situation, they're just looking at it in a negative way. With the Ace of Swords here, it looks like some sort of mental clarity is coming into your life, however. And then with the Empress card, it looks like you're trying to grow something. There's something new that's coming in. So if you are feeling upset or other people are feeling upset, or it looks like other people are blindfolded, like for some reason they're not getting some sort of information or communication. And then with the Ace of Swords, though, it's like bringing in some sort of mental clarity in your life in some way. The Empress card, though, is indicating something to do with growth, stability, being fertile. This doesn't have to mean like physically, it doesn't have to mean in a sexual way. It could just mean like fertility in terms of something that you're trying to grow. This could simply be an idea, being that we're dealing with the Ace of Swords here. And then the last card here, Receive, is there could be a lot of communication coming in, like maybe a lot of business is coming into your life at this time. So look out for that, be prepared for that, and make sure that your life is organized for that. And this is backed and supported by some sort of wish that has been granted into your life. And possibly a fire sign individual you could be dealing with, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So that's what I'm seeing pretty much for Cancer. And I'm going to be doing Scorpio next. Hey, what's up? I just realized that somebody waved. I don't know how to use this Instagram thing. But I'm glad you joined to keep me company. Card fell out. It's the Hierophant card, but I'm not going to be using it. I'm doing Scorpio next. Scorpio, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. The Hierophant is generally just a card like about like religion, possibly, or just like somebody that's in authority in some way. So, Scorpio, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. You can apply this to yourself. And it may or may not resonate with you. Just because I pulled the cards for Scorpio doesn't mean that it's going to apply to you. Like, it either is your situation or it's not. All right. Okay, so this card's here. So it says, it's card number 60. And that's what it looks like. It kind of looks like chakras being lined up horizontally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. But some Scorpios could be interested in doing something like yoga, like some sort of spiritual practice. The realignment of chakras or something like that, some kind of spiritual work, most definitely, because you're dealing with the number 6, and then with the 0, it's possibly something new like that's happening. So I am going to read the card. It looks like someone doing yoga. It looks like a sumo, what do you call them? Like those wrestlers. I forgot how you say it, but it looks like one of those type of people that's like upside down doing some kind of yoga or something like that. So anyway, Ace of Swords for Scorpio thus far. Temperance. Ace of Pentacles. So definitely some new opportunities coming in, and thoughts are being constructed. So make sure that you have a balanced mind, Scorpios, because if you don't, you're kind of hardening an area. Like what I mean by this is like, how do I explain this? Like, it's not going to be easy for that energy to break apart. So like whatever energetic state you're in, whatever mind state you're currently in right now, it's important to make sure that you're not like, so like you want to be in that mind state, because right now for some reason there's a strong there's a stronger possibility that it will become more like structured into the way that you end up thinking. Like you'll have a more fixed way of thinking. And with the Temperance card here, it's saying make sure you're balancing out, things in your life like substances and stuff like that is probably not a good idea, because it's going to cause an imbalance to the way that you're thinking with the Ace of Swords here. All right, anyways, I'll get back to that. This card number 60, it says, all right, it says superiority. My bad. So it says, if you have drawn this sigil, you have fallen into the ego trap of superiority. Your ego's desire to see itself as better is clouding your awareness, judgment, and capacity to achieve what you really want in this scenario. The ego is preoccupied with comparison thinking. The ego is, after all, a self-concept, so it seeks to differentiate itself from others. We have learned that to be less than others in any way is bad, and that it leads to things that threaten not only our self-esteem, but also our well-being and the ability to get what we want. The ability to get what we desire. So, I'm not going to read this whole passage because it's just too long and I have 10 other signs to go through. But it also says there's like certain things that are sticking out because certain things are in italics. So, for example, it says, people did not come here to be compared to other people. If this were the point of life, God or the source would have just made clones of the best possible person. So, and then it says something, whatever. So, like, we get, like, the main point of the card and everything. It's just like an ego thing that's going on right now. So, definitely, like, the chakras could just need to be rebalanced. So this means, especially too, dealing with maybe like the throat chakra and even like the solar plexus is oftentimes this is like connected to a more mental chakra. Even though the solar plexus is like fire too, but it is like kind of like a mental, because like your first brain is in your stomach. So, anyway. The ego is preoccupied with comparison thinking. Yeah, so it's too much like comparison and stuff going on right now. And it's kind of like, I wouldn't say it's messing up your judgment, but it's like causing an ego imbalance. Put this here for now. So, boom. Ace of Swords, new thoughts coming in, mental clarity coming into your life, a new opportunity coming into your life. This is for Scorpio, by the way. Scorpio sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign. There's an opportunity to manifest, but make sure that you're aware of your thoughts right now because, like I said, it's coming into possibilities. So right now, like if you're into things like magic and manifestation, yeah, Scorpio, this is your time. Because the energy is really in your subconscious mind right now, influencing the things that you're going to end up attracting in your life. You see that? That's an opportunity. It's the Ace of Pentacles. This could be money opportunities. This could be opportunities to structure your life. But there needs to be balance. So if you haven't been balanced in that area in your life, these opportunities may not be the best. It may just be like almost like a prank or almost like not what you expect, like being disappointed. So you have to make sure that you've been doing the right things and also make sure that you're not too like into your dreams, like your illusions or just like your ideals and not being practical enough. And then you could be dealing with an air sign person. They could be like a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius individual, or this could just be a person who's very logical. There could be somebody around you asking a lot of questions or just communicating a lot. And then with this Eight of Swords here, there could be a situation where you could just be very, how do I say it? Like, you could be very trapped in your mind, especially in the past. So maybe the reason why this person here is asking so many questions is because they're having trouble seeing their path. They're having trouble seeing the reality of their circumstances to the point that now they have no choice but to sort of, kind of ask questions, like a bunch of questions or something like that. On the other hand, I'm seeing that there's someone who you could be trusting and they don't have a good state of mind, but they have some sort of status behind them, or they could just have that look, like they look the part. This looks like a mature individual that you could trust, but what's behind them is actually a person who's mentally unstable in some way. So look out for that. Other than that, like I said, it looks like there's a good opportunity coming your way. And it's just important to just make sure that there's balance with the people that you're associated with, as well as just balance within yourself, patience. Okay, if you have to wait online for something, if you're ordering something, if you have to, like, you know, be put on hold while you're on the phone, you're gonna have to make sure that you have temperance, that you have balance. Also, some people are dealing with some sort of social issues at this time. Like, they're realizing that they have social issues, but there's like an opportunity to actually like feel good about it in some way, like not look at it in such a bad way. There's, like, you know, an opportunity there in some way. So keep that in mind too. All right. So that was Scorpio. I'm going to do Pisces next. So Pisces, sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign. I'm going to do next. All right. So, card number 6. So this could be dealing with work, and it looks like collaborations possibly at work, like maybe being unhappy with the collaborations around you, or there is a need to take more advantage of the connections around you as it relates to work and service, or maybe some sort of craft or some sort of project that you're doing, or just a lifestyle, like something to do with your lifestyle could just all be connecting, and either the turnout, how you're perceiving it, is either not in its most favorable, or it's like maybe favorable for you. But I am going to read from the book to get that explanation as well. So the Wheel of Fortune popped out so far. So there could be some sort of karmic situation, like beneficial, possibly. It just depends. And you know what? There definitely is something coming in, because there's like a wheel energy in here too. Like, if you can see like the similarity, I don't know. I do. The card that fell. All right, let me get this book too. So the card that fell is the Five of Swords. So be careful with that. That's, you know, Five of Swords is not the best sign. It's not a terrible card, but if you're dealing with a person like that, it's not cool. And if you are behaving in that manner, it's important to be aware of it and kind of change that. But I'll get into that after. I'm going to read this card, number 6. So it says, your trauma. If you have drawn this sigil, you are not seeing how your own trauma is feeding into the situation, is causing reoccurrence, or is causing you not to see the objective truth of this situation beyond your filters. Trauma is essentially distress without resolve. When we experience distress, but we cannot find a way to genuinely create resolve for that distress, we end up coping. That trauma becomes like a skipping CD that we never move beyond. We do not weave the pain that happened into the tapestry of our life, a tapestry of our choosing, so that the trauma adds to our life. Instead, it takes away from it. So, I guess that's like the main gist. It also says that no matter what assumptions you have made about how the world is, you can always change the way that the world is. So, sounds like some Heal the World, Make It a Better Place by Michael Jackson, but I don't know. I'm not making fun of it. It just made me think of that. But it just looks like a lot of Pisces may be like one of those type of people, which just makes sense for Pisces anyway. Like, whatever situation they have gone through, it's almost like they attract people that could be going through a similar circumstance in a different way, and thus they're like able to provide like that type of help that they didn't have. Now in a negative end, this is like the hurt people energy. You didn't have it, so you don't care about other people who don't have it either. It's like one of those things, you know. A lot of people are like that. It's like they're just not empathetic, and it's weird because Pisces is the sign of being empathetic, but today, I'm telling you, people are just not having it. It's like, if they didn't have it, you ain't gonna have it either. Like, they don't care. Even if they are up at the top, it's like just that one or two circumstances they had before they got up to the top, they don't care now about you. The Wheel of Fortune. So there is an opportunity coming your way, it looks like. If this opportunity requires change, however. So as these changes are implemented, that's when all of a sudden these new opportunities are manifesting in your life. So as long as new opportunities manifest in your life, then, as long as you comply with these changes manifesting in your life, then that's when these blessings could manifest. The Five of Swords, though, can indicate like, you know, kind of being disagreeable in an indirect way. So it could be something where someone around you is trying to manipulate a circumstance. People around you could be trying to manipulate a circumstance in order to make something be perceivable in a different way. With the Ten of Pentacles here, this could indicate that regardless of the circumstance, there is some sort of like legendary energy around you. There is some sort of structure and stability around you. So that could be the reason why there could be people, you know, doing that. For some Pisces, on the other hand, other Pisces could just be like, you know, having an issue with other people as it relates to the structure and stability that they have. It just depends. But what I'm seeing is that there's change. There's a new world coming in some way. Something new to some sort of new structure, to something that may have control over your environment. This could be your work environment that's changing. This could be your family environment that's changing. This could be changes to the economy in some way too. So it just depends. It just depends. And then with the Five of Swords here, again, be careful for any insults or indirect like energy going on in some way, like indirect criticism usually. Sore losers too with the Five of Swords. It can indicate like somebody who's like kind of cowardly, like they can't lose, you know. So it's like oftentimes that could be like a disruption, like as soon as someone's doing well or doing something, in order to like take away the attention from someone, that can often happen with the Five of Swords. It's just their way of like shifting the attention away. That's what I'm seeing pretty much for Pisces. So that's water signs. I'm gonna do air signs next. So air signs, that's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. All right. So far it's card number 36. That's what it looks like. It kind of has like it looks like a sailboat, but I don't know. I'm getting the feeling that something could be... All these cards look like there's some sort of change coming in, but I'll read from the book for that card. Page of Cups, Nine of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. Two cards popped out here, the Strength card and the Sun card. Alright, so this is for Gemini, by the way, and you can apply it to your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign. So what I'm seeing so far is with this card, that's right, I want to read from the book. It kind of looks like this thing at the very bottom of this page of Cups card, but I have no idea what that is anyway. But yeah, let's see. Card number 36. So it says negative reinforcement pattern. If you have drawn this sigil, you are stuck in a negative reinforcement pattern. This pattern may be isolated to this one situation, or it may apply to your life in general. The reality is that you are doing what you are doing in order to avoid something you don't want, instead of doing what you are doing so as to get something that you do want. So that's what's going on. It's like, you know, I rarely ever hear anybody say negative reinforcement. We know things as like positive reinforcement. So it's almost like somebody's like kind of living backwards. So this is only for some Geminis. This would be what needs to be changed, is now doing things with more positive enforcement. So it's almost like when you're doing well, like even pat yourself on the back sometimes. Try to find ways to give yourself a compliment instead of looking at, you know, maybe what you didn't do right or what you left out. There's nothing wrong with being aware of like your flaws and what you can do better, but that shouldn't be like the overall focal point too much. Like, and any sort of changes that you do need to make, you should be confident enough to actually want to make those changes, you know? You should feel a sense of motivation to want to do better. But it looks like in this situation, you could be like almost like in denial of what you want to do, or it says like the reality is that you are doing what you are doing in order to avoid something you don't want to do, instead of doing what you are doing as to get something you do want. So yeah, it's just written like in a like tricky manner. But oh, so there's an example. It says, in sport, coaches are well aware that all the athletes want to win and no athlete wants to lose, but some are motivated to win so as to not lose. Their athletic career, which is usually not very successful, is motivated by avoidance. Others are motivated to win because they love the feeling of winning. They usually do not perceive themselves to be facing the same risk and stakes when it comes to losing. For example, one athlete whose family only approves of them because they are competing, and only when they are successful at it stands to lose the approval and closeness of their family if they lose a match or a race. So that's the example they're giving. I'm gonna get one clarifier for this to see what's going on. But in general, for Geminis, what I'm seeing is that there's some sort of new opportunity. It looks like a youthful start to a relationship. So maybe a first date or something like that. Hermit card. So there could be, what I'm seeing is there could be some sort of insecurities going on, like worry, staying up late at night or something like that. Maybe you're worried about a person, whether this be like a child or a relationship, or this could just simply mean that you could feel like somebody's being like over dramatic or something like that about something. Like there could be a water sign individual, they could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, and they could just be like over dramatic or something like that. This is the Gemini reading, by the way. What I'm also seeing is that if you have been working hard on something and you're just like waiting to see the results of it, that's coming about right now at this time with the Sun card here. So whatever you've been working really hard on, Geminis, it looks like your hard work has definitely paid off. So that's what I'm seeing. So it's almost like there's a short phase of being worried about a situation, and then it turns out there was nothing to be worried about. Like everything's okay with the Seven of Pentacles. Like you're fine. Everything's fine. You're seeing the growth of whatever it is that you've been working on. And then with the Strength card here, there's definitely the need to sort of like take less action, okay? Maybe let somebody else help you, or let somebody else take the leadership in something. And this may be difficult to do, being that you could be a person that has a lot of knowledge. On the other hand, this could indicate that someone around you has a lot of knowledge, so it's okay to be vulnerable in a circumstance. This is also like a sign of there's no need to feel at war. There's no need to battle. Like you're safe in this situation. So whatever you're worried about, it's going to go away because you're going to realize that everything's fine is what I'm seeing. That's what I'm getting for Geminis in particular. So I'm going to be doing Libra next. Libra sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign for this full moon. And this full moon is in your sign, Libra. So it's cool. Alright, let's do one more shuffle. Whoops. Alright, for Libra. Alright, first card. Alright, so there could be some betrayal for some Libras going on. It's like something, something was not true. Or like somebody like lied about something, Libras. And the thing is that this is all coming to the surface. That's the good news about this. And it's really not all that bad. It's just like when you first find out, you know, it's disappointing. But then some sort of clarity is coming in. So I'm just going to shuffle. Okay, so this card popped out. It's card number 70. Kind of looks like an arrow. Like, looks like somebody is getting, like, injected. I don't want to say that, but that's what it looks like. But it looks like it's injected with something good. Like, maybe somebody's getting a temporary boost of ego. Because it kind of looks like a sun over here. So if somebody has been lacking, maybe like serotonin, I feel like, or something like that, like maybe spirit is guiding me to tell you, go get some 5-HTTP, some serotonin, maybe get some sunlight too, or something like that. Same thing. And this will help like boost your mind, because maybe if you've been feeling mentally lethargic, it's because you're lacking sun. So this could be you're lacking vitamin D3 or something like that, or like serotonin or something. So anyways, I'm going to read it though. That's just my perspective on the card, but there is an actual meaning that's going to be different from what I said. So in the book, card number 70 says, wavering. If you have drawn this sigil, in this situation, you are staying safe, but you are also staying stuck by having no stance, changing your stance and or not defining yourself. You may be refusing to settle on a decision, refusing to commit, staying stuck in limbo, being wishy-washy, being two-faced, or tilting whichever way the wind blows you. No matter which way you look at it, you are not being solid in a situation where you need to be solid. You have your own feelings, thoughts, needs, desires, and perceptions, whether you like it or not. It is part of being in a singular incarnation in this life. So it just looks like you're in a situation where like you're just I want to say comfortable. Like you want something to change, but you know it's not going to change, but it's like so settling perhaps. And it says like, you know, you're not defining yourself, which is weird because like Libra is about defining yourself. So maybe that's what some Libras are going to be finally doing right now, is trying to define something about themselves. This could be defining a relationship, defining a title at work, defining a way that you are relatable towards something else in your life. That's really what it's about. A lot of this has to do somehow with relationships. Maybe some Libras want to actually be married to somebody, and there's like maybe that's like an issue. If it's not that, it's like there's some sort of betrayal that's going on in some Libras relationships. This could be friendships, this could be work relationships, this could be personal relationships. You could be dealing with a water sign individual. They could be a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. You could also be dealing with an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. But it looks like there's something to do with work here with the Knight of Pentacles, possibly. Some sort of work, some sort of betrayals through work, at work, with people that you work around. And there's justice coming. This is the last card, is justice. This is a Libra card. So some sort of justice is going to be served for this circumstance. I'm going to get clarifiers for this because it is a little bit like strange. But it almost just looks like somebody tries to maybe offer something and it causes like a little bit of a betrayal in a relationship. Ace of Pentacles. So this is going together with this Knight of Pentacles. So it looks almost like there could be something where, yeah, like somebody's trying to offer something possibly to you, Libras, or a Libra, you're trying to offer something to somebody. If it's not that, it's almost like somebody is expecting an offer to go in a particular area and it doesn't go in that area, and that's the reason why it's like a betrayal situation. Like somebody almost gives somebody else what they felt that they deserved. And this could be, you know, you either are looking at the situation in an unbalanced, unfair way, or there's just a need for balance. Like, so whoever this offer is going to is because that's what's going to balance out the situation with the Justice card here. Let me just get one more clarifier for this. Like something too is not balanced because remember, there's something that needs to be like titled. Like, so this could be dealing with businesses and stuff. Like, do you have a title for your business or whatever it is that you're doing? And that's going to help you possibly to receive this offer with the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So 7 of Swords. With the 7 of Swords here, it could just mean that, you know, there's people being sneaky around you with the 7 of Swords. Like sneakiness happening around you. Missing information, missing details. So you're not seeing everything clearly. Also, too, be careful with any deception and lies going on. This is 2 deception cards. Again, I'm warning Libras. Deception is going on around you, whether this be yourself or people around you. Justice will be served for this. So keep that in mind. Look out for it. It's a full moon, so things kind of come more to the surface. All right, so Aquarius. Aquarius is next. Aquarius, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. All right, 10 of Pentacles so far. The Six of Wands. Six of Wands here, Two of Swords. Let's see what else. All right, and then the Six of Cups. So what I'm seeing so far is a lot of Aquariuses have some sort of stability in their life, especially as it relates to work. They may receive like something like a promotion, I'm seeing, or an offer, recognition, attention through some sort of structure, possibly like a work environment or maybe the home environment in some way. And also, too, this could be dealing with like a ceremony, but it's usually like something to do with like family or work or something. The Two of Swords says that there's a decision that needs to be made. And also, too, to make sure that you're recognizing this situation as a positive circumstance and not a negative circumstance, because at the end of the day, you know, that is the Six of Wands. It is something to be like happy about. But I also am seeing there could be an issue as it relates to attention. Maybe attention within this environment. Like some people could feel like you're taking too much of the attention, or you feel like the attention is being gravitated towards an area too much and not another area. Like there's a need for balance. A decision may need to be made. There could be an imbalance with the heart and the mind in some way. And then with the Six of Cups here, I'm seeing that there could be something to do with relationships, gifts in some way, like maybe the exchange of gifts. Somebody could be bringing attention to what gifts they want in a circumstance, like what they want to receive as a gift. They're trying to bring that to your attention, or you're trying to bring that to other people's attention. And there could be an indecision in this, like a difference of opinion or something like that. Somebody could feel blocked off. All right, so this card popped out here. It's card number 39. So let's see. Some people could just be waiting. Some Aquariuses, you could be waiting for something to change, maybe. But let's see. For card number 39, it says duplicity. If you have drawn this sigil, the reaction you are having to something is an indication that you are deceiving yourself. As a result, what you show the world is not a true reflection. It may not be the opposite of what is authentic about you. So there's something where there could be like a masking energy going on, or like, in other words, like trying to be something that you're not. But it could just be like a temporary situation. Like, you know, if you're in a particular environment, like you're trying to match the people around you or something like that. Also, too, just maybe the judgment skills of the circumstance is not the best. Like you may not be judging a situation correctly in some way. Let's see what else. As a result, what you show the world is not a true reflection, and may even be the opposite of what is authentic about you. So as people, when we have decided it is not okay to own and accept and admit to something about ourselves, we tend to transform the unacceptable into its opposite. For example, when a man who is leading a march against homosexuals is gay himself. So there could be like situations where like, what is it? Like, almost like being in denial, but using that in denial energy to kind of like criticize other people that are similar. I'm trying to think of another example too of this. Because this just sounds like almost like what they say, like people who have homophobia or whatever like that. Like if people are homophobic, then oftentimes they say like they're also gay too. So, but I feel like that's just a small, like, I feel like that's like an obvious example of this. I feel like there's another way of saying it, but I just can't think of it. I'm about to just get a drink of water. I also feel almost like some people could just be looking at others and like seeing some sort of like insecurities within themselves, but then like kind of looking at others, like looking for those insecurities in others, but they don't notice that they're like indirectly trying to comfort themselves by not addressing it within themselves. Instead, it's just being reflected out in other people. Like, I hope that makes sense. So, what I am seeing though overall is that there's some sort of attention that could be given. If you have like a job that is like a corporate type of job or something, Aquarius, you may be getting like a promotion or something like that. But it looks like with this benefit, with this promotional situation, it's like it's good, but then something about it is bad. Almost like, let's say that you're generally like an evening shift worker. You get this promotion and suddenly you have to change your schedule to the morning. It's like an inconvenience. You're like, okay, I'm going to get this extra pay. I'm going to have like, let's say it's like barely extra pay, but the title is beneficial to be called that title that can help you have many good opportunities towards the future. So that's like something where you're going to have to now come to a conclusion as to what direction you want to go in. Are you going to be able to sacrifice your timing preference for, you know, this promotion that doesn't give you immediate gratification because the pay is not that much significant? You know what I'm saying? It's like stuff like that. So that could be something that you're going through as well. And then some Aquariuses are dealing with a situation where whatever this circumstance is, it directly affects their love life. So again, some sort of promotion at work, some sort of beneficial situation at work, but it's like directly affecting your love life in some way. That's what I'm seeing. Also, too, some love situations at work maybe, and having to make a decision about that. So that's what I see for Aquarius. That's the air signs. And then I'm going to be doing earth signs now. And that's going to be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Alright. So for Taurus first. Taurus, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. Alright, so one card already. Damn, y'all. I suck at shuffling. I'm not going to pull this card, but I'm going to show you guys it just in case like you feel like it applies to you. It's the strength card. So it has to do with the need to be vulnerable, possibly. And also, too, it's like kind of like there's really no danger in that situation. So you don't need to have your guard up so much. You can kind of chill out a little bit. That's for some Tauruses. The Fool card popped out. I'm going to take the Fool card. I feel like that actually connects with your energy. This card wants to pop out too. All right. So we got the Moon card here and the Judgment card too. That's 3 major arcanas. So meaning that these are major events that could be occurring in your life. Also too, this could mean that this could be like a transitionary energy that's occurring in your life. Like you already may have went through the Fool card and the Moon card, but then, so you may have already had a circumstance where you had to just take on an opportunity without knowing all the details to the current circumstance, and then you felt insecure about it and whatnot, and these insecurities caused you to judge the circumstance incorrectly. And then you could be dealing with a water sign individual. They could be a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. And they could be emotionally mature in some way. This could also be yourself. Like, you could be a very empathetic person. People maybe come to you for some sort of comfort, of care, and like nurturance, maybe advice. All right, so I'm just gonna get the main focal point for Taurus with these oracle cards. I'm also seeing too for Taurus, like whatever you're going to be doing, just make sure that you are doing it with more assertion. Like, you know, even though you don't know all the details to the circumstance, either back out of the situation or make a very, very like straightforward decision that you are going to do it. Because it's like one of those things, like, let's say you want to take a flip, like you literally just want to run and jump and do a front flip. If you go and assert yourself towards that, and then midway doing a flip, you kind of start to second guess yourself, like the moon card, you're insecure all of a sudden, that's not a good sense of judgment, because that's going to like cut you short in the circumstance. So make sure whatever you go after, that you go after it with full force and do not stop halfway in the situation. And this is the card that came out for the main focal point. It's card number 14. And it looks like a little thing that's like lighting up the darkness around you. So some Tauruses are like seeking enlightenment, or they feel like a very enlightened person, or they could be enlightened to almost like a fault of not taking on maybe new circumstances. But I'm going to read the card. It says in this book that it means the gift. So if you have drawn this sigil, you are not clearly seeing the gift of this circumstance, just the drawback. You are clearly seeing how what happened or is happening is damaging you, but you can't see how it is helping, or even how it is exactly what is needed to get you what you have always wanted. I just feel like this is written in such a like not necessarily poetic, but in a different way than like most things are written. And it's not a bad thing. It's just like the way that's written is funny. And it's weird because I feel like I talk like that sometimes. Anyways, besides the point. If an ant in South America were to dream of something that only existed in Africa, that ant could not see how to get there, or even that Africa exists. That's true. All right, so basically, yeah, well, that's weird because that's like, it's kind of like what I said about the flip thing. And it's not funny. Like, I'm not laughing because of like, because that would suck. Like, and I've seen that happen to somebody before. So that's why I was able to kind of come up with that example. It's like, just make sure that whatever you're doing, like, be aware of the impact that it's having on your life. Like, some people, they'll like continue to do something they see that it's not in their best interest, and they'll just keep doing it. Like, for example, like if you're smoking cigarettes and now you got lung cancer, and then you're just like try to like act like that's not why you have lung cancer, which it may not be, but I'm sure that it added to why you do have it. But it's like, be aware of whatever you're doing, and understand like how it's actually affecting and impacting your life is what I'm seeing pretty much for this card. And like I was saying, there's something coming towards your way, but you're not going to have all the information available to you. It's going to be one of those like chances that you have for something, and it could be a beneficial situation. But I'm also seeing it's a situation in which you're actually being judged as to how aware you are of things, like, and even being in tune with what you really want. And also too, your superficiality is being judged at this time too. Be careful that you're not under the influence of substances, especially drinking, because the moon card's here, And then with the Fool card here, it's saying basically that you have to make sure that you're not taking a flying leap of faith in a bad situation. At the same time, you don't want to miss opportunities. But I'm going to be honest with you. This is just me personally. You can take this reading however you want, but it looks like you shouldn't jump into a situation. It's going to be a bad outcome. Like, because it's just a test. Like, you're being tested on something. Also, other people could be judging you and the decisions that you make. And the lighter your energy is, like the less you have around you, the more simple you keep something, the better the circumstance is going to be. Because at the end of the day, the Fool card, this dude got a little backpack and a stick, and he has his dog and a flowers in his hand or a rose or whatever. So he don't have a lot of stuff. So if he jumps, it's not like he is carrying so much. But with this Moon card, it's indicating that like you could be carrying too much. So, and you may forget that you're carrying too much, and then your judgment is off, you know? So keep that in mind too. And take care of yourself with the King of Cups here. Or maybe you are connecting with somebody like this. Make sure that you're perceiving this person as, like, make sure you're judging this person or perceiving this person as being a caring person. And other people are judging you to really see if you're a caring person possibly too. So that's what I'm getting for Taurus. And now I'm going to be doing Virgo next. All right. Virgo. So card number 38. So looks like there could be some luck coming in. I mean, it doesn't look like it. It just sounds like it from the numbers. 8 and 3 is 11. All right, Page of Wands. Page of Wands could just mean that you're feeling pretty creative, assertive right now, a lot of energy possibly. You could also be working on your body in some way, which is like normal for Virgos anyway. They're like, oh, the summer's coming up, I gotta make sure I'm fit. But it's not like we're gonna probably be able to go out anyway. Well, hopefully this whole situation ends soon. A lot of fire. You got 6 of Wands and 5 of Wands. So there's a conflict of interest with the attention that you could be receiving right now. Or there's like, all right, I'm seeing what's happening. There's competitiveness. Like somebody's like competing for the attention right now. Other people like are competing with you for the attention right now. Which, I mean, I figured that anyway. Because there's a lot of tarot, like I'm a Virgo rising. And there's a lot of tarot readers and astrology readers and stuff. But at the end of the day, like, I never looked at it as competition. So 6 of Cups. So I'm sorry, this is 7 of Cups here though. So there's like some like delusions and stuff going on right now. Opportunities could be delusional, or there could be recognition towards an opportunity for some Virgos right now at this time. All right, so 9 of Pentacles. This would be directly towards like your own business, or directly towards like something that you've grown, like self-started in some way. So I'm going to read this card though, the card number 38. There's just a lot of jealousy and stuff going on right now for Virgos in particular, especially Virgo sun signs. All right, Virgo sun signs and Virgo moon signs especially. But reactivity. It says, if you have drawn this sigil, you are currently emotionally reacting instead of responding. All right, so I got cut off because I think there's a timing limit on here. But this is the Virgo reading for the Libra full moon, super full moon. So it's Virgo sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. So basically, I was reading this card number 38. So I'm just going to continue to read it. So it says reactivity. And it's saying basically that there's an energy of reaction instead of like proper like thought before responding. And that this could just be like a feeling of being threatened in some way that's going on. Now, this could be directly about you, or this could be the people around you feeling a sense of being threatened in some way. And this is causing like competitiveness at this time, a conflict of interest towards what's being brought to attention and towards attention in general. And then with this like Seven of Cups, it's like something to do with new feelings, like emotions and feelings, and even like delusions and dreams, like people's delusions and dreams as to how they want to pursue their life, especially like their business, if they're like self-employed or something like that, or if they're trying to build a career for themselves in some way. And those dreams that they have as to how they want this outcome to be perceived, it's sort of like being raised to people's attention right now at this time. And there's like a conflict of interest right now at this time. There's competitiveness in people's appearance, especially like for some reason the focal point is on people's looks right now, extremely on people's looks, because this is a bunch of fire and earth right here, and then this is like a dreamy type of vibe, like, so it's just like a lot of like, there's a lot of like competitiveness with people's looks. I don't know why. It kind of disappoints me because this is my this is my rising sign reading, so I'm not really like a huge person who focuses on like things like looks and stuff. So, but for some reason, I guess because it's like Libra energy, even though Libra is an air sign. So yeah, those were the cards for Virgo, Sun sign, Moon sign, and rising sign. It's just hey, what's up, Destiny? It's just straight up like fire energy going on for Virgos. And then there is some water here. This is like a very dreamy vibe. It's often connected to like Pisces and stuff. Just like dreamy opportunities possibly going on. And then with the Nine of Pentacles, there could just be like some sort of, how do I say it? Like, it's like dreamy opportunities as it relates to one's employment and stuff. So that's what's going on specifically for Virgos. So your work, like a lot of Virgos could have like a self-employment type of work. It could be a self-starter, and that's what I'm seeing. There could be like a lot of competition in that area. And there is like in the spiritual community right now, it's like difficult to connect because everybody's trying to do the same thing. So there's people trying to control like where the money's going and stuff. And it's just like ridiculous because like this is not really supposed to be about money. But at the end of the day, people have to make a living, right? So it's like weird, like what's going on right now in the spiritual community. So Capricorn is next. I'm doing earth signs. Hey, what's up, Anthony? All right, Capricorn. So 64 is the card here. Yo, when Anthony's in the room, don't this look like a Chinese or Japanese or Korean, maybe like less Korean, but it looks like a character, like a very complicated character though, like one that would be really hard to draw, like an overly detailed one. But yeah, so 64, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, don't judge me. So number 10. So yeah, this probably has to do with some sort of structure in someone's life. For a lot of Capricorns, you could be trying to build some sort of stability. Oh my gosh, I swear to you, yo, I know people be thinking like she's not sober. I swear to you, I be sober and this stuff just happens. I'm such a clumsy person, like I hate it. And I'm really not clumsy, but I am, and like I'm just very like mellow. Like I'm always just like such a relaxed person to the point stuff just like happens. I already dropped the cards like 4 or 5 times. Alright. So anyways, you know why though? It's because I don't give myself enough. Like, I have this little ass table that I'm using here and I have all this stuff on here. But that's my fault anyway. So, anyway, card number 64. It says the mask of altruism. So if you have drawn this sigil, you're being asked to see that the society has made self-focus and self-interest so bad and wrong that you can no longer see selfishness and self-interest in yourself. Instead, you have disguised it as altruism. We use this mask of altruism. Yo, this is exactly what I'm talking about, like with like the spiritual community. Like I feel like, you know, a lot of people are spiritual, but it's like the way that society currently is right now, it's like we're all feeling like a sense of being threatened, and this is now getting in the way of the true intention, like the true purpose of like altruism. It's like difficult to tap into that state fully right now because we're being threatened. So it's like, what you expect? Like like we kind of have to be selfish right now. Like shit is real. So it's kind of weird. Like I'm just like, okay, well, what you expect? But at the same time, some people are always like this. So it just depends. I don't know. But it just says that like right now, helping or rescuing someone or something as a way of externally rescuing yourself. Yeah, yo, I'm telling you, I get like that's why I don't be finishing these passages, reading them, because I be understanding already what it's saying. Like, it's like one of those things where you make something look as though it's going to be beneficial for that person, but really it's indirectly just helping them. So it's just on the surface, it looks like it's going to be good, and then it ends up not being like a good circumstance. It ends up being a benefit for that person. So you got to be careful of that. I think I mentioned this once before, like there's like a card, I mean, not a card, there's like a photo on Instagram that I've seen like a while back, like a year ago, where somebody is like putting their hand out to look as though like they're helping the person that's in the hole, but that person who's in that hole, they cannot see everything else behind that person that's trying to help them because they're all the way down there in that ditch. So the person actually has a whole ladder that they can pull down there and help that person, but instead they're just pretending to help them by putting their hand out. So you see how that's like fake altruism? Like you're not trying to help that person. You're just trying to make it look like you're helping them. You have a flipping ladder, you know? So you have to be careful of stuff like that. Capricorns in particular, you could be like this, or the people around you could be like this. So just be careful of people that look like they're trying to help you, but it's really only in their best interest. All right, so Queen of Swords for Capricorn so far. You could be dealing with an air sign person. They could be a Libra, a Gemini, or they could be an Aquarius, and they could be very like judgmental or smart, and they could, you know, communicate well and ask a lot of questions or know a lot of information. The Hanged Man. So you could be waiting for something. You could feel like you have no choice but to kind of sit and wait because there's something transitioning in your life. Something could have recently ended. Yeah, you were disappointed about a situation with the Five of Cups. So something didn't turn out the best in your favor, and that's the reason why you're kind of sitting and waiting. Like you could be just like thinking about where things went wrong. Now, the good news is that there's two other cups always standing in this Five of Cups card. So instead of looking at where where things went wrong, also try to look at like where things went right. Like always try to look at, okay, this situation went wrong, but I still can like move up from here. Like there's still an area for something better to come about. Like you see how in this card, how the dude, there's like cups falling, but there's two other cups like behind him. He just has to look behind him. So sometimes just go back and review how things went wrong. What did you miss and whatnot. All right, so the Chariot card. So after this period passes, after the disappointment and the waiting, as long as you're patient, you allow for the disappointment to transition on. The Chariot card's here because, like I said, like if you just look back at something you might have missed, something that you might have criticized, something that you might have skipped, that you might have judged wrong, then you'll be able to see how you can actually get granted a better opportunity. Like something else beneficial is coming towards your way. But you just have to allow for stillness. It's very important for Capricorns to be still right now, which could be difficult because Capricorns always like to be like they always like to look like they have everything together. They always like to look like they're on top. And this requires constant movement, constant work just to keep things together. And it looks like at this time, a lot of Capricorns need to just let stuff rock. If it ain't working out, just chill out and leave it alone. Like, most people probably ain't even going to be paying attention to the fact that something didn't work out in your favor. You know, just leave it alone. Because if you don't, you're going to miss that opportunity because you didn't allow for that stillness, that sacrificing energy to pass in order for you to see where there's a different opportunity that you missed behind you. So let me just get a clarifier though. All right, this card wants to pop out. It's the Page of Pentacles. So it's basically saying that, yeah, there's an opportunity coming for you. It's something small, which, remember, you got to start somewhere. So a lot of times Capricorns like to think big because they've built something for themselves and, you know, they've taken a lot of time to do it. They could have been doing something for a number of years. And now it looks like it just requires you to have to start over in a different circumstance. This could be a new job. This could be a small loan offer, a new study in order to progress onto something good. But it's going to allow you to be able to assert yourself towards like something that you dream about, like a good vision or something like that, actually manifesting, coming into reality, something that you care about. But it's just like something you have to do, like maybe start a program or something like that, like a certificate program or something small, you know, where you have to start at the bottom a little bit. So that's what I'm seeing for Capricorn. Also too, maybe it requires you like to actually have to work under somebody, like, because Capricorns, they like to be the manager a lot, and maybe like in this circumstance you're not going to really be able to be a manager, but you'll work your way up there. So last but not least is going to be the fire signs. I'm going to be doing Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Alright, so Aries, Leo, Sag. So I'm going to be doing Aries first. Okay, so for Aries, so far we got this Hierophant card. So there could be a situation dealing with like religious figures or authority figures. Whether it be you're taking on this energy or this could just be the energy around you in some way. Government, marriages, signing contracts could be the focal point right now this time, especially with another person, being that the super full moon is in Libra. Okay, so the next card here is the Emperor card. So there's definitely like a control factor here, like feeling a sense of structure, stability, and trustworthiness as it relates to the control of the circumstances. So you may feel like you have certain things in order in your life in terms of like the organization of whatever it is, like maybe dealing with, let's see, hold up. Right, the Magician. Yeah, definitely control. There's something, a lot of red here. So there's more assertiveness going on for Aries right now. And I'm feeling a competitive streak too, even though like, because there's so much red, and red automatically indicates like competitiveness. And then the sun is in Aries right now anyway. Yeah, it is in Aries. So if there is competitiveness, you're dealing with somebody who is like magical in some way, like a manifester. Like they may tend to manifest things really quickly. And then you also could be dealing with another person who could be kind of bossy or authority like in some way. And then you could also be dealing with a person who is like very this could be yourself, because a lot of times I feel like the Emperor is actually like an Aries person, because like you see like the the Aries like symbol kind of on the thing, on the throne. So you could just be dealing with another person who actually is like your manager or a boss, or this could be yourself. Let's see what else. All right, so then the Ten of Cups is here. So with the Ten of Cups, you could be feeling a sense of family and connection, like a soul group, soul family kind of vibe going on right now. There could be a dreamy vibe around you. Okay, so here's the card that wants to pop out for Aries. It says card number 69, and it has like a bunch of like flowers, it looks like, around the energy here. It almost looks like a chakra flower, but like a bunch of them put together. Or like almost like a new one if they added like an 8th chakra or something. But there's many chakras, but if they added an 8th chakra as like a significant chakra. So 69, it says. It says gaslighting. So this is a little bit of a narcissism card. It could be going on around you, or this could be an energy that you play out. So it says, if you have drawn this sigil in this situation, either you are being gaslighted or you are doing the gaslighting yourself. So either you're being gaslit or you are doing the gaslighting yourself. If you were gaslighting someone else, you would have drawn sigil 10 or sigil 73. In order to create any improvement, you have to ungaslight yourself. So is there any 10 cards here? So you have a 10 card here. You have the 10 of Cups. And so it says if you were gaslighting someone else, drawn a 10. So it looks like a lot of Aries are participating in the gaslighting because there is a 10 card here. But let me continue reading. To gaslight someone is to convince them that they didn't see what they saw, they didn't hear what they heard, they are ridiculous or insane to feel what they feel, what they perceive is totally inaccurate. It may even imply that something is seriously wrong with them. It is to make someone believe that his or her reality isn't real. So yeah, this is just like around you. Somebody could be manipulating your reality, or this could simply just be where you are doing this. This is as simply as like complimenting somebody and then like the next day kind of acting as if you didn't give them that compliment. Indirectly like making somebody feel like they are not perceiving things correctly. You could also be feeling like people are playing these traits out around you. That's what I'm seeing is going on right now this time. But and this could be like with things related to care and family because of the 10 of Cups here. And then clarification I got is the 6 of Swords. So what I'm seeing is that there's a need to like move on from a situation. Somebody's moving on from something. Someone is needing to help somebody else move on from a situation. Also, somebody could be coming back to travel. This could be family. This could be a family member or somebody that's close to you that you feel familiar with. A family friend that needs help, but they have tendencies. Some people are dealing with a person who has like an addiction problem, and they're returning to them with that problem again. And it's almost like they need help, basically. So, and you could be trying to help this person. They could be returning. They could have already returned like a while ago, and you could just be dealing with this person. And they happen to be like a leader, a boss, or a manager in some way with the Emperor card. They could be a religious figure in some way too, with the Hierophant. Something is being manipulated within your environment. Definitely, there's this overall reading is about like narcissism and gaslighting. There's like someone around a lot of Aries, or Aries could be playing out these traits by like learned behavior, because you got the Magician card. Somebody's manipulating something too. They're manipulating the way that something's being perceived. Like they're manipulating a family, a group of people. Like it's not what it is in some way. That's what I'm seeing. And even manipulating like peacefulness in a situation. So just be careful of that. I just feel like for all Aries, like, is that really the circumstance? I guess, like, it's either... This could be also, too, like, for a lot of people, this is just something that they see, like, from the outside looking in, you know? Like, they could be seeing circumstances where these things are being played out. In something that is bringing awareness to their relationships, too, because this is, like, a Libra full moon. So, keep that in mind, too. So... let's see what's going on with Leo. So if you're a Leo, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign, this may apply to you. All right. So Leos. Whoops. All right. First card is the Six of Swords, which was just for the Aries reading too. So yeah, somebody could be coming back into your life or moving on from a situation. The Magician card too. Somebody could be manipulating something or manifesting something. Definitely manifestation with the Knight of Pentacles. Or someone is coming back into your life and they're kind of like making you believe that an offer, an opportunity is coming your way in some way. Someone could be trying to manipulate where like some sort of resource or information is going. The Hangman, there's a need to kind of be less assertive in this situation. There's like no fire in here really, but you do have the power of the mind. So mind games could be going on, or you're simply able to control your mind in such a way to be productive at this time. But there's also a need to be spiritual. So spiritually productive, like you're balancing out being spiritual with being productive in some way. There's some sort of transitionary period going on in your life, Leos. Like there's something where you feel like you can't really control the circumstance anymore, and you have to kind of sit there and wait for things to change and allow for new things to come in. Somebody could be traveling towards your way, or you may be making a travel. You're maybe making travel plans or something. Alright, so this is the card that popped out for Leos, and it's card number 23. So, I don't know. This is a pretty unique looking card, to be honest. It almost looks like something at a carnival or something like that. So, there could be an opportunity to have fun. Like some Leos could really be enjoying themselves right now, to be completely honest, but it looks like they could be having too much fun. And then this is going to cause like, you know, things like needing to completely surrender like the next day because you're not going to be feeling too well. But it just depends. Let's see what the card says for 23. I always say that because the Hangman is like the last card. So that's be the last energy you'd be experiencing, like, as it relates to like the current circumstances going on. So for card number 23, it says, in authenticity. So it says, if you have drawn this sigil, you are not being authentic. You are not being honest to yourself or to others. Each person comes with a unique essence, like an energetic signature, and our unique purpose, thoughts, unique feelings, desires, unique need, and role within the greater universe is embedded in that essence. You could picture that essence as a unique pearl that is contained inside a lotus flower that is tightly closed. Our life experience is a process unfolding. In a perfect world, that lotus blossom would bloom naturally, its petals unfurling to reveal the pearl within the world. Unfortunately, we live in a world where the process of socialization and therefore parenting is quite often an impediment to the process of unfolding. So it looks like pretty much a lot of Leos are actually opening up right now at this time. The benefit of this is that people are going to be able to see the core of you. Like they'll be able to see the real parts of you in order to draw in like more appreciation, more recognition, more attention. On a negative end, this is going to cause people to see the dirt. Like, you know, if you are a pretty clean up person and it don't look like you got issues really, people are going to kind of be able to see some issues possibly. Now, I don't see that really necessarily from these cards, but from the like main theme and focal point, that's kind of what's going on right now. Like something is unfolding in your life. And what could be unfolding is your manipulative side, possibly. Like you could have like a secretive, manipulative side in some way. And a lot of it just looks like it has to do with like false opportunities or like something to do with the work that you do in some way. Like you may actually be like a really lazy person or something. Maybe it's just temporarily though with the Hangman. Like I don't know. That's most Leos, I'm gonna tell you right now, are not lazy because they value work. Because Virgo's in the second house. But this could just be the unfolding of somebody in your life, possibly as well. But a lot of Leos are manipulative. There's, according to this reading currently at this time, there's like manipulation definitely going on. The clarifier I got is the Knight of Cups. So this is dealing with a water sign individual. This could be a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. Oftentimes this is a Pisces person. They could be very mysterious. And it could be somebody that you could be attracted to, or you could just be in a relationship with this type of person. Also too though, the Knight of Pentacles is here too. So you could be dealing with two different people. There could be a water sign individual that you like, and then there could be an earth sign individual that you like. The earth sign could be like, it looks like probably like a Virgo or a Taurus person. They could be a Capricorn, but the Capricorn energy is less likely. Just because like Capricorn, you're going to get like a Queen of Pentacles or a King of Pentacles usually or something. But this could still be them. They could just be more active in their work, or they could be at a lower position in their work. So manipulative work, and at this time, the ability to manipulate the situation is not going to be in your best interest because the Hangman is here saying transition. You have two transition cards, the Six of Swords and the Hangman. So definitely a lot of transitioning happening in your life that you'll have to accept at this time. And it looks like with that, it can bring in new opportunities, especially as it relates to love. If love circumstances aren't going in your favor right now, it's just a need for you to transition. Like you just need to move on from the manipulative tactics that you use as it relates to attracting love in your life, because that's the reason why it's not there. So that's what I'm seeing pretty much. Oh, my cousin's in here. I don't know if she's still in here. Tanika, what's up? So Sagittarius is the last sign I'm gonna do. And my butt hurts so bad from sitting down on here too long. That's the one thing I hate about like doing all the signs at once, because it's like I get uncomfortable after a while. But at least I'm finished after Sagittarius. So all right. Okay. Of course, Sagittarius gets the Wheel of Fortune as the first card. So there could be some sort of karmic blessings coming towards a lot of Sagittarius' way. And it could be beneficial most likely, but at the end of the day, this has to do with karma. So it just really depends on like what you've been doing in your life. So I don't like reversals. Temperance. So you know how Sagittarius are, though. Like, the two zodiac signs that often have drinking problems. I'm going to say 3. Sag, Pisces, and Capricorn. So, be careful with the drinking, because it could just be that you're, like, overly confident right now. But I am seeing there's good opportunities for you. Especially opportunities related to like creativity. So if you are a creative Sagittarius person right now, there is a good opportunity for you. Like something's coming your way. But mostly if you're into art and something or something like that. The King of Wands, you could be dealing with fire sign person. This could be you, to be honest. But it could also be like an Aries or a Leo person or another Sag. This card wanted to pop out. 6 of Pentacles. So if you're a Sagittarius that does creative arts for work right now, this is a good time for you, because something like luck. I'm thinking some Sagittarius are actually manifesting some sort of like payout, like something to do with receiving money for their work is high right now. Like something bringing in a lot of business is what I'm trying to say. I'm just going to get a clarifier. All right, Page of Cups. So others, there's a circumstance where they're about to have a baby. So if you're trying to like have a baby or conceive or something like that, it's a good time for that, for Sagittarius in particular. Like that's most likely going to work out well for you. Alright. Okay, so the focal point is card number 72. And it just looks like, you know, the spiral. So, what they call like the Fibonacci spiral. And then there's like blessings at the top here with the little star at the top. I don't know if you can see it. So, there's luck. Like Sagittariuses are in a lucky vibration right now. So as long as they're either creative or they're at least balancing out their more spiritual side with their everyday practical life. And also to possibly the ability to have like a child is what I'm seeing with the Page of Cups. If it's not that, then like start new relationships is a really good time for that right now for Sagittarius, because Page of Cups often deals with like youthful new relationships, like perhaps creative relationships too, where you two are both creative. There's a good time for that right now. And they could be a water sign. They could be a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. Generally, the Page of Cups deals with a Pisces person, because you see the fish that's in the cup right there. So card number 72 reads, God damn, yo, I'm not in the mood for this right now. Transcendental escapism. So that is what this card looks like too. But it also looks like the Wheel of Fortune. So those trance states that you have, meditating and stuff, if, you know, Sagittarius are into manifestation, they're like more likely to bring in their desires right now by just like thinking of it, like being in a trance state and kind of like seeing that vision is more likely to manifest right now this time. So if you have drawn this sigil, what is preventing your progression is that you are using things of spiritual nature or your higher intellect in order to escape and avoid the temporal. You have lost sight of the bigger picture, which includes both physical and non-physical. You are spirit, but you are also body. So, you know, Sagittarius are often focused on blessings. So like right now, it's like saying that's like what your focal point is right now. To the point that you may miss the bigger picture. You may miss like how your focal point on manifestation is actually like interfering with the outside world in some way. And that's probably where you may need to balance things out, you know, because that's like oftentimes like a problem is like we could be so focused on something that we don't realize that everything we're doing to try to get it, it's interfering with other people's work. Because you got the Six of Pentacles here, other people's work, other people's lives. So keep that in mind too, because then the karma that's coming your way could be, you know, at odds. But it looks like it's going to be like both. Like something beneficial is going to come in, but also like a little bit of a stinger too is coming in some way. But it's not going to be that bad because you have some sort of good luck. I think I just read... Oh, I thought I read something, but I'm bugging. So, let me just read this last paragraph then. So it says, to reject the physical things related to the physical, to reject the physical and things related to the physical. Okay. You reject denying this own part of yourself. In this situation, you are using the spiritual to negate the physical, and you are suffering and will suffer because of it. Damn. I'm sorry. It's just funny, like, how straightforward it is. Like, you will suffer. Like, it sounds like something, I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie, Saw. Like, it sounds like something they would have said in that movie, Saw. So anyways, it says, if you have drawn this sigil, you are in resistance to the physical and the temporal. I feel like I read that already. I guess it says that twice. Oh no, it's said in a different way. Alright, so I get basically what they're saying. It's like one of those things where only one part of your brain is being activated. Like, you know, like you're focusing more on the surface. So perhaps like you're focusing more on things that are superficial and you're not focusing so much on the temporal sides of your brain. So you're not really focusing on, I did see the word guru. I thought I was bugging, yo. Like I knew I saw the word guru. I know I'm getting off focus, but just being rational. Like, you know, this is just an issue a lot of people have. It's like where their prefrontal cortex is like almost like underdeveloped. I mean, I know my prefrontal cortex ain't the best either. It's causes like people to have problems with attention span and just to have problems with just overall rationale. Like, you know, some people, they see things or they hear things and they immediately like do it. They're like so subconsciously triggered. And a lot of times that means you have like a lack of being able to be rational and make like good decisions. Like you're just very easily influenced by people. And when you're like that, you know, it's just important to just be around people that are good people, or else you're going to get yourself in trouble. You know, everybody has like imbalances, and we can always like have other ways of making sure that we stay safe and make good decisions. So anyways, that's pretty much what I'm seeing. Regardless, it does look like Sagittarius have some good opportunities, but there's also some sort of karma coming back towards their way from the decisions that they made in the past. there's a need to balance the self, be patient too. So you're trying to balance out patience with blessings. Like, you know, the difference between like slow growth versus just wanting something now. This is the difference between like, you know, in the lottery, like putting in like a little bit of money, or like if you're doing gambling, like betting a little bit of money versus like going all in because you just want to manifest, rather than just having like a few small jackpots and benefits and blessings. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be a balance with that. Try to be patient with your blessings, because you could have good things coming to you, but don't rush it and piss people off, and then like, or piss the energy off, and then it ends up not working out in your favor. You could be dealing with a fire sign individual, or you could be very, very creative. If you're a creative person, or you're depending on a creative person to help you with blessings, maybe like to help you with your creative energy in some way. This could be related to work. Some sort of payout is coming your way. Like if you've been waiting for money, you're going to get that. Okay, so don't worry. New relationships are coming too. If you're waiting for a relationship circumstance to start up, that's coming too. Just be patient is what I'm seeing. So boom. I believe I did all the signs. I did water first, then I did air, then I did earth, and then fire. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do. Like, I don't know if anybody wants, oh, yo, what's up, Nicolette and Anthony? I don't know if anybody wants, like, and EJ, I believe that says. Oh, no, it's E. Jimenez. So I don't know if anybody wants, like, a free reading. I'm going to give out a free reading if you want one. But it has to be, like, live on here. I won't expose, like, your business like that. It would just be, like, a basic reading if you want. But if not, I'm going to be, I'm going to, like, peace out of here. Doom, doom. So let me know. Of course, I got you. Yo, what's up, Ariel? All right, I'm going to do Anthony first, and then I'm going to do Ariel's reading. So Anthony, like, give me something that you want to know about. And I know you're just going to be like school, like something to do with school or something, right? But like, just let me know, like, give me something to at least structure it on. And Ariel, like, think about something that you want me to structure your reading on. And I'm only going to use, like, these cards for that, though, because I don't feel like reading. I feel bad. I'm realizing, like, I'm really lazy when it comes to reading. I need to start reading books again, because I'm, like, so lazy with reading for some reason. It's, like, bad. It's actually bad. I never used to be like that either. I feel like I used to be a person who would take my time and read, and now I'm just like, let me just find the main point. You can't always do that because you miss out on information. So Ariel, you said travel/moving. All right. Oh, no, Anthony said that. Okay, I got you, Anthony. So let's see. All right, so far 9 of Cups, so there could be, like, definitely opportunities, like something to do with your luck or your dreams and stuff coming true. And then King of Swords, so the more information you get, the better. So if you're, like, wanting to travel somewhere, like, make sure you're getting a lot of information, ask a lot of questions. And then the Devil card's here, so make sure that you're able to be stable, like, wherever you're at. So it's almost like, are you able to detach from certain things that you currently have in your current living situation? And that's going to help determine where you would move to. And then the Eight of Swords is kind of saying that there could be like a communication issue going on in some way. And just like insecurities or too much ideas. Like maybe you could think of yourself living here, living there, moving there, to the point that there's like an indecision. And like the best way to explain it is just make sure that whatever you need, that's like your only concern is like your needs. Like making sure you have the stuff that you need in order to be someplace else. I'll get a clarifier for this, and then yeah, it's like care needs and stuff, and then also relationships. So like, I don't think you're in a relationship, Anthony, but it's like saying that you would have to leave a relationship behind if you were to move someplace else. And then with this, there's like importance towards like just your own mental state of well-being, basically, is what's important. So even like just making sure you have like all your doctors and stuff, like you would have to find like a new doctor. This is like typical stuff for when somebody moves. Like they would have to find like a new doctor. They'd have to find like a new place in order for them to get their like wants and needs and stuff like that. Russia and Taiwan. And if I move to Russia, I'd basically be cut off from all relationship I have now. Wait, but when you lived in Taiwan before, like I remember we had that app. I forgot what it was called, like Liner or something like that. Line. There was some type of app where I remember we all used to talk on there with you. It was just like the time zone was completely different. Hey, now I'm aligned with the China time and the Taiwan time and all that stuff, because I'd be up at like 3-4 a.m. and stuff. But I'm not surprised you want to move to Russia now. I don't know if the timing is right for that. That's the only issue, probably, with Russia. That's true. Yo, that's mad true. I didn't even think of that. That's where that intellectual communication issue could come in at, like just not knowing. So it's almost like you're like blindfolded over there. But you did that in Taiwan, twice though. And you learn languages fast too. You should just take a Russian class first, like at school at Rutgers, to make sure you're good. You're crazy though anyway, Anthony. I don't know how you be doing that stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Like it is like a good opportunity, but I guess there's just like a limit, obviously right now for the circumstance. It's like you're being limited towards being able to do that probably right now, just like timing wise. I stay on my own. I know I'll learn. It's scary moving around. Crazy. But what about Rutgers here? Like, did you even finish the program? What is it, like Chinese history or Chinese studies? Oh, Asian studies. I don't know if Ariel's still in here. I want to see what her question was. Oh, you finished in May. So, yeah. See if Rutgers has, like, a program. They usually have, like, programs. I never see Russia, but I always see, like, different parts of, like, the regular part of Asia, like China and stuff. I'm sure they do Russia, too. Yeah, I feel you. It's just, though, it's so, like, off path, like you're getting your master's in the Asian studies. And I know technically Russia is a part of Asia, like Eurasia, but it's like way different than the program that you're doing. Like, so like what would you do with the Russian stuff? It feels like I'll just be living in money, whatnot, but moving on. True. I feel you, but at the same time, it's like, if you just get your PhD, you might as well just keep going and just get like a job, like a regular job, instead of like stopping with your master. Like, what's the point of getting your master's? Like, what was the point of getting your master's degree if you're just gonna go and live at Russia afterward? And then Ariel, I got you. Yeah, so if you're teaching, Anthony, just get your PhD and be a translator or a teacher, like for Asian stuff. Alright, Ariel, looks like you got to switch something. Like, it looks like you have to, like, change something in how you're being creative. You have a lot of water energy, so it has to be something you really care about. So things you care about, maybe like doing creative works on water, like literally something to do with water, like whether it be that you're recreating the ocean in some way. It looks like you just need to like find a way to add more care and nurturance to whatever it is that you're creating. And then the world card's here too, so there's a need to add some structure to these things. Let me get a clarifier. The Magician card. So definitely like playing around with more tools, so mixing things together. And being that I know that you do like paintings and stuff, like it's important to like maybe mix more colors together, be more like open towards the color choices that you're using, and maybe watercolors or something. Maybe like, I don't know anything about painting, but if something's telling me you need to add more like water to whatever sort of like paint you're using, maybe like to make the concentration more liquidy or whatever. There needs to be like a change to like something that's like switchy, like with your art, whether it be that you're changing the like what it is. Maybe instead of doing like painting type stuff, maybe it's something that's, oh no, you need to get paid for it. There you go, that's what it is. You probably need to get paid for it. Like you want to do something where you're actually going to make money from it or something like that, to exchange something with your artwork. So like an art exchange. That's what's going to help you feel more creative right now. And with the World card, maybe you want to do like foreign arts. Maybe you're more interested in doing art that is more from the other sides of the world, like maybe Russia, maybe Russian art. I don't know. Any type of art, like something you care about. So maybe like African art or like something like that, from different parts of the world. It's not good that I'm like wearing this white shirt because it's like blending in with the font on here. Yeah, that's true too. It's like kind of hard to think about those things when all that is going on. And maybe that can help inspire your artwork instead of feeling like worried about it or something. And Ariel too, you could be into like herbs and stuff right now too, because there's something to do with like self-care with the Ace of Cups. And Anthony, be quiet, because you're good at school, though. That's so you gotta continue to do the stuff you're good at. Like, you're good at school. Like, that's what you know. Like, you've been a straight A student since, like, I've known you. So it's like, I don't know. I don't get, like, why you won't just, like, continue to do that. I guess it gets boring after a while when you already know that you can do something. It gets boring. And no problem, Ariel. Alright, yo, so the school's hard the higher up you go. Oh, yeah, skincare line. I think Nicolette wants to do that, too. She wants to do, like, some natural care line thing. Logos. Word. Logos is like graphic designing type stuff too. Yo, I remember graphic designing class. Yo, Ariel, remember Miss Buckley or something like that? I think that was her name. She was our graphic designing teacher. We had a different time. Like, I had her on a different day. Let's see, really being alive. How do I do this? Oh, snap. I'm mad slow. Yo, Ariel, where you at?
Oh shit! First of all,